So I have this video of Candice Owens in Charlie Kirk. They go to this news network and the way it ends is shocking. Let's watch.
Can I just first ask, what is this event and what are we going to be seeing the next couple of days here in DC?
You know, we had received so much interest over a period of time in this sort of youth black conservative movement, and it felt like we really wanted to harness the power and the opportunity and invite everyone to DC, first and foremost, to bring them to conservative ideas. A major hurdle that the black community faces is not having the resources to get to different ideas and sort of being locked inside of a bubble. And having them listen to speakers that they perhaps haven't heard before, Dr. Ben Carson, Larry Elder, people who are routinely mocked in our community. So this is the first ever opportunity to do that in DC, and we're really excited that it's happening this weekend. In the past, the conversation was almost so intellectual that it was hard for people to digest and process and to understand. And because the left had won the culture war, it was easy for them to mock them, you know, to see a skit where perhaps Dr. Ben Carson or Dr. Condoleezza Rice are being mocked. And I think I'm a little more of a fighter, definitely in terms of starting my channel on YouTube and wanting it to be colloquial and wanting it to feel familiar, like you were talking to your brother and sister, and sort of taking back some of the turf that was lost on the culture war by making fun of people on the left in the same way that they make fun of us. I think that sort of helped bridge the gap and make people more interested in having the discussion.
Does it bother you that there's no prominent African Americans in the White House?
We have to stop believing in this illusion that because somebody is black, they represent my interests. We learned that lesson via Barack Obama. I mean, he was in the
Yeah, that's a good statement from Candice Owens. Just because someone is the same skin color as the one that I have doesn't mean that they represent my interests. That's very true. And we saw that from Barack Obama. Let's watch.
White House for 8 years and didn't do much for the black community. So I'm not interested in the color of people's skin.
So
I'm interested in what they do and what they
so
accomplish.
I'm really interested in your perspective here.
Yeah.
So to you having, like, you don't look at, you know, it is an administration that has more white men than past administrations have had.
Yeah,
but that doesn't bother you. You don't think that diversity is important?
No, not at all. I think that we have to stop believing that diversity is the color of people's skin, because if you have, like, the Black Caucus, for example, which didn't stand up and applaud when Trump announced that we had the lowest ever unemployment in the black community, that's concerning to me. So a big part of the conversation that we open is in making people understand that that's an illusion that the left has sold, that somehow because somebody matches my skin color, because somebody matches my gender, they have my best interest at heart.
In a tweet you originally said you thought there was zero chance conservatives sent bombs. I think you took that tweet down.
Yeah.
But you later added, it isn't conservatives that are chasing people down in offices and restaurants. It isn't conservatives that have weaponized sexual assault as a means to political gain. I stand by my opinion that when it comes to political violence, the left is the likely culprit.
That's correct. So we've seen that.
You think that it was
the
left or Democrats who sent these pipe bombs?
I think we're all entitled to have an opinion. We don't have any facts surrounding this, and Twitter is a venue where you're allowed to express your opinions and beliefs. And
but just to be clear, so that's not based on any facts. That's just your
Of course, it couldn't possibly
belief.
be based on facts. We don't have any evidence other than the fact that they're investigating it. But
I'll come to Candice's.
I do want to finish this by just saying that it is my belief, when you take a look at the conversation, the things that have gone on, and the increasing violence that's gone on, it has purely been a leftist tactic to stall things, delay the administration, and to fearmonger. So as a matter of opinion, I do believe that when we get to the resolution, the bottom of this, and we do have facts, we're going to say that this is orchestrated by the left, but by no means is that opinion rooted in any proof, because we don't have anything yet to go off of.
I could certainly point to Charlottesville. I could point to other acts that happen. I could point to Dylan Roof. I mean, there's certainly acts of violence that have come from
not a conservative.
But do you see how far back you have to go to do that?
Charlottesville?
Yeah, that's literally starting at the beginning of his administration. Look at all of the things that have gone on.
I don't want to have this debate, because ugliness can come from both sides.
No, I'm just saying that you brought it up.
I do want to ask you, though.
I'm just answering the question.
I mean, you've got a big platform.
I do.
Right? And you have a powerful voice.
Thank you.
And kudos to you for creating that.
Thank you.
How do you view the responsibility that comes with that?
I view the responsibility of just being a person that maintains my ability to have an opinion, that I express an opinion, and no means that I say that I have just found the facts and this is related.
Yeah.
And I always reserve the
right.
right.
There's 0% chance.
Yeah. I said I'm going to go out and say that there is a 0% chance that this was sent by conservatives. I find all the things that are going on, the caravan of illegals, the packages that are being sent, Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation.
And just to clarify, you think the caravan too was organized by Democrats?
I find it to be incredibly suspicious timing to know that they are meant to get to the border on the day of the election. Again, this is not rooted in fact, but you do have to understand I am very much entitled to my opinion, and Twitter is my platform.
Candice, I have one more.
Just one more here, because I wanted to get to know you before you came on. Yeah. And I'm really interested in your perspective because I think you're a fascinating person.
Thank you.
There was another tweet that said the Democratic Party is comprised of racist white liberals.
That is correct.
Am I a racist white liberal?
Well, let's go back and let's say, I will say this, that many people in the party are not aware of.
This lady, is she a reporter? She sounds like she's an industry plant. She's an industry plant. Yeah, I mean, the way she's asking her questions, you can clearly tell there's a propaganda, or there's something she's trying to incite, or, to provoke in Candice Owens here. Man, this is sad, man. This is sad. People like this should be fired, If you're a reporter, if you're a journalist, you just need to do your job. Man, this is sad.
On racism, let's go back to an early part of this conversation where you said to me, are you concerned about the color in the White House? Why would you ask me that question?
Because you speak about black issues.
No, but why would you ask me? But let's get to really the nucleus of this. Why did you ask me that question today?
Because I'm
why did you feel that I needed to be
perspective.
Concerned about that?
Because you're bringing a whole group of young African-American leaders to the White House.
Okay, so this is something that I talk about often, is that in many ways, what liberals don't realize that you put on that, the racism and the conversations that we have.
So you're saying I'm a racist?
You haven't let me finish my statement. You keep cutting me off.
Go ahead.
Okay? The emphasis that you place is always on having a discussion about race, okay? You guys are insistent on having a conversation about race and telling us that we should see, and implying that we should see race everywhere, and I don't agree with that. If you don't look at me according to the color of my skin, you would simply ask me how I thought that Trump was doing as a president. But instead, you try to drum up a conversation that's surrounded by race by asking me, are there enough black people in the White House?
You're bringing a whole group of young black leaders to the White House.
Color,
so clearly
I don't.
That's something that's important to you.
But why are you talking about?
Then why make it that you're going to bring young black leaders to the White House?
Man, this is sad. Look at that fake smile from that white lady. Man, what is this?
I mean, this is sort of absurd.
Because the media,
this is absurd. You're bringing this group to the White House.
It's not absurd. I'm making perfect sense. You're just not following the logic.
I just want to be clear.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear.
I'm trying to be extremely clear with you.
I know.
Bringing the black conservatives to the White House.
But you view me as a racist white liberal.
I think that you're not. First off, you put those words in my mouth, and you keep saying it. So
you tweeted it.
I said that the Democrat Party is comprised of racist white liberals. Is every person in the party racist? No, but you're not aware of the fact that you put these racist tones out into the media. This is why we have to bring the black conservatives to the president, because you create a narrative when you're on TV like you did today.
Are you comfortable with the fact? I'm going to have you on radio later because I have questions for you as well. But we actually have to get out of the segment now.
Do you think that language is helpful, though? I mean, just in terms of the national conversation.
Well, I could ask you, do you think it's helpful?
Yeah, I mean, Candice didn't even say that she was a racist white liberal. She's the one who's saying that herself. Man, this is sad. This is sad, Yeah, I mean, it's a picture of pretty much the whole mainstream media, especially in these times where we live in now. This is sad, this is sad. She just represents the many who are out there, When you're a journalist, you should just do your job perfectly. Why do you need to pick sides, And to make it worse, on live TV, she behaves like that. Man, this lady should be fired. This is crazy. This is crazy.
To ask me just because I'm a black woman if I'm comfortable with the amount of color that's on the administration. Do you think that that's helpful?
I think it's helpful and interesting to know your perspective.
It's not. It's you just trying to create an undertone that Donald Trump is racist, and it's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
That to me is the reason why.
Listen, no.
I just want to say.
You're looking at me on the basis of my skin color and making a bunch of, and making a bunch of deductions. I did not. You said that.
Man, you can see the white gentleman is trying his best to sort of resolve the situation. I mean, this was This was bad. This is poor, especially on live TV. You don't do that on live TV, especially when you're an employee somewhere.
Run the tape
But
back.
I want to say,
You said
look,
that.
here's what I want to say.
You quoted a tweet and then you made it about you.
I appreciate-
So you were
because
not
I'm a
added,
Democrat.
but you were not added in that tweet. So do not say
I'm
that
a
I called you
Democrat.
that because that's
When you say the
dishonest.
party
And we
is
are on,
comprised of
and we
racist
are,
white
and we are on
liberals,
TV. So you
you're
can
calling
run.
me a racist.
Okay, so
She
you're.
did not call
I
you
did
a
not call you a
racist.
racist.
It's
You're
just
using
weird.
the typical
We have-
leftist tactic of trying to make yourself a
here's what I
victim.
want to
Man, this is sad. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady got fired after this. Oh man, this is sad. You don't do that on live TV.
say.
Which is not
Here-
something that I would
hold on,
accept.
hold on, hold on.
No, but we're
I do
actually
wanna say-
well beyond
I
time.
want
Well,
to
she's
say
making herself
that
a
I think
victim and
it's
pretending that I
important.
came here and called her a
I think it's
racist. So
important
this is
I
a
think
typical
these people, they never
tactic.
learn, you know. These type of tricks, they don't work on everyone. And to make the matter even worse, this is Candice Owens. I think maybe she thought, you know, if she did what she did, you know, she could sort of like school Candice Owens. No, man. You don't do that. In the end, look at this.